Welcome back to Manor Lords. This time around, our goal is to try to get up to having Tier 3 burgage plots. But before we do that, I believe last time there was a tent. Yes, some brigands have pitched a tent somewhere nearby. And we are going to do something about it because we cannot get enough influence and cash in our Manor wallet up here. Okay. So we're going to be gathering our people to head down there and deal with those bandits. But to recap from the end of our last session, there's a few things that we need in order to upgrade a plot to be level 3. Right now, this is a burgage plot that's level 2. And level 3 unlocks a few things. Level 3 gives us, lets you install more than one person, more than one household in the same house. So it basically can double, if you can get everybody up to level 3, it basically doubles your population. Whoa, wait, another bandit camp was sighted? Or was that the same bandit camp? Oh, we have 2 bandit camps in the same territory. That's pretty cool. So I guess, now, has the enemy launched an army? Yes, they have. They are racing me. Okay, if that's the case, I wonder if it might make sense for me to go after the one that they're most likely aimed at. The one that's closer to them. First, or if I think it makes sense to go after the one that's closer to me and then trudge over here and see if I can kill steal them. Genuinely not sure what the right move is here. Let's let these guys gather up a little bit more before we send them across the map. But anyway, while we're waiting for that, let's talk about Tier 3 burgage plots. So, a Tier 3 burgage plot, the main advantage of it is that it lets you cram 2 different households into the same plot. The other advantage is it lets you progress further in sort of the growth of your town, which unlocks more development points, which you can spend on other advantages. The main things we're missing are a leveled up church and tavern supply. We don't have ale coming into our town. So the way we upgrade the church is to get ourselves some stone, some clay tiles, and it looks like we've already got the wood that we need. So stone and clay tiles are what we need. This is, I think this is an iron pit, isn't it? Yes, that's an iron pit. What's, oh, here's my clay pit over here. That's right. So we've got an extra person. So let's send somebody to the clay pit so that they can start extracting some clay for use in the church. And let's take my farm down just by one person so that we can get people going quarrying some stone. Now, okay, my people have gathered. These guys aren't making too much progress. So yeah, let's go over here. In fact, let's go over here. Get a little bit close. And hopefully not forget that that's going on when they get attacked. Okay, so around March or April, we're definitely going to want to make sure we've got people working back here at the farmhouse. Because we need to, get all this stuff plowed. Particularly these barley fields. This one's fallow, but these barley fields here, we want to make sure that they get plowed. And in fact, why don't we let's raise their priority to be high rather than low, so that no matter what, even if for whatever reason we can't gather enough people to do all this work, the first thing they do is plant barley, because we really want to get the ale flowing. So the steps to making ale start with growing barley, and it's very similar to the whole wheat situation, where first you get wheat, then you thresh it into grain, then you make it into flour, then you bake it into bread. I think we're actually still in the process. Yeah, we still got a bunch of flour that we're in the process of baking into bread. Ale is very similar. First you start with barley, and then I don't know if there's a threshing step. I don't think there is. I think the barley goes straight to the malt house. And I don't think I have a malt house. This is that's a bloomery. Malt house looks kind of like the bloomery. One of the problems of the fact that this is a realistic depiction of sort of, not extremely realistic, but as realistic as it gets, depiction of a medieval town is that all the buildings have approximately the same shape and, roof style. Like, if you're making a game like Warcraft or something like that, you can make, wildly, fantastically different buildings. But if you're trying to look authentic in a setting like this, your bloomery and your malt house are going to look really similar to each other. So I'm pretty sure I haven't built a malt house. I think that's here. Though actually, before I build it, let's see where we want to build our brewery. Because one of our level 2 burgage plots is going to become our brewery. Brewing is... there isn't like a special building just for brewing ale. There's a special building for selling ale, which is the tavern, but brewing ale is always done at home in somebody's backyard. It's kind of similar to cobbling, kind of similar to armor smithing. So we just got to pick one of these ones to make our brewer. We don't want to do it yet because we don't have a lot of people to spare. Oh, I can... Oh, yay! I can... This one was having trouble finding supplies before, but now we can upgrade it to level 2. That's good. Okay, well... Let's say that we're going to build our malt house in this neighborhood. And one of these buildings is going to become the brewery. And it'll have the malt house right there. And then similarly, we can come over here, grab the tavern, and build ourselves a tavern. Now, the tavern's useless until we actually have ale. But the tavern is basically your distribution hub for ale. So once the brewery, you have the malt house that turns the barley into malt, and then you have a brewery in somebody's home that turns the malt into ale, but then the ale is distributed by the tavern. And so people start being able to get it once you've got it in the tavern. So welcome to the chat, by the way. Paroxicus, Tandalinse, Tank, Dr. Manhattan, and of course, Raneth Gord are here. Wargunny is here. Good to see you all. Dr. Manhattan just got out a box of popcorn, at least in emoji form, to watch what's going on here. Let's see, where are my troops? Oh, they're getting closer. Where are the enemy troops? They are useless. Awesome. The best way for enemy troops to be. So, okay. Oh, these guys have noticed that I'm coming. So I don't have a huge numbers advantage, but I do have an equipment and training advantage. However, they are much fresher troops. They didn't have to just hike across the world to get here. So I'm genuinely not sure how well my fortunes are going to fare. But let's speed up time to get these two together. Since I only have the one unit, I don't really have a lot of strategy I can use here. It's just... I mean, I guess one thing I could do is say stand your ground, which would, I mean, I think these guys are more resilient than other militia anyway. Like, I think they can take more hits. They get the big, large shields. So I could even protect their numbers even more by hitting stand your ground, which doubles defense, but we attack less. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to do that because I want to take these guys on 2 ventures. And if I take a bunch of losses this time around, it's going to be harder to go fight the other battle. So it looks like I am killing them faster than they're killing me. Oh, but not by much. Nope. We're about even. I've killed 4 of them. They've killed 3 of me. My hope was that turning on stand your ground would protect me enough that it would give me the edge, and I would take them down significantly faster. But it does, because it does slow the rate of my attack. It looks like stand your ground is probably a tool you want to use when you've got multiple units. So these guys can stand their ground and be resilient, be the tanks, but then have somebody else come in and flank. Okay, cool. The tide turned in our favor. They panicked. So let's head over here and raid their camp. We'll get there eventually. Let's check on our other stuff to make sure we're not dropping the ball anyplace. So I wonder if there are some jobs that I can afford to pull people away from, because we're building a lot of stuff, but you need unassigned workers to do that. We've already... Ooh, herb garden. Tempted. Why not? Oh, another ruler's army. I'm assuming it's the same army. Yep, they're still slowly making progress. What about my hunting shack? Where is that? You can hit the tab key, by the way, to see all your stuff. We got 1 hunter in there, but they are able to hunt during the winter, and they are running a stall, which is important. What other places? Oh, both of these people working the storehouse have stalls. The trading post, I can't remember what I was trading for here. Might have been... Was it nothing yet? It might be nothing. Oh, no, I'm exporting shoes to make money. That's right. Okay, that seems like an important thing to keep going. You know what I think I'm realizing? We don't have enough people. So it's time for more burgage plots, is I think what I'm recognizing. So we've got right now 12 months of fuel and 21 months of food. So we're not in big danger of not being able to feed people. Oh, yay. Okay, my soldiers got to the camp. And we're doing well enough with our regional wealth that I think I don't need to fund it in there. So I'm just piling up money in my treasury. And now these guys have even numbers now, probably, with the unit that's going to come out of this tent. And I'm not sure this is a good idea. I might just be getting all my guys killed. These guys are really taking their time. I wonder if I've got time to bring my people home and then send them out again. Probably not. So I did have a slight edge over the last guys. But I don't know if the edge I've got is enough if we've got equal numbers. I guess, I don't know. We're riding the edge here. We're going to find out. Tank is saying, yeah, send them to their doom. Okay, so yeah, anyway, I think that I need to add some more burgage plots. But oh, look at this. Oh no, this is when I moved manually, that's right. Because yeah, so how much space do we have in this market? 1 free stall location. Okay, so they're going to start moving marketplace stuff up here, which is good. That means that this is probably a good place for me to build more burgage plots. You want to be careful how far away from the marketplace you build your burgage plots. Ooh. Okay, so I can go 3, but I could also go... Okay, so interestingly, this is 3 families and 3 backyards. This is 4 families and 2 backyards. I think I want 4 families and 2 backyards. So I'm going to build this weird thing. Mostly just because I like things to look weird. And then let's do another out here and here and here. There we go. Another 4 and 2. Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to build some more burgage plots. We've got 1 construction worker to do all of this work. This is actually bad planning on my part. Because, yeah, not only... Okay, it's January right now. We got about 3 months. That's not long enough to actually get more people in here. So no matter what, I'm going to have to... Okay, you know what? The tannery. How are we doing on leather? We've got no leather. Okay, so everything we make at this tannery is going straight into the cobbler. So you know what? I'm going to... Oh, but if I disable the tannery, that's also going to get rid of one of my... It's going to destock one of my clothing marketplace thingies. Woodcutter's Lodge? No. I'm looking around for something that I can take people out of. One thing that I would love to have in this game that doesn't... Oh, wait. Oh, yes, of course. I poured everybody over here. That's right. We are out of grain. We do not need anyone working in the windmill. That's where my people are going to come from. The saw pit, similar. I've got 15 planks. I think I do need more, but I don't need them quickly. So let's take down the saw pit a little bit. The oven, we still need to make bread, right? Yeah, we've still got lots of flour to make bread with. The pantry is filling up, though. I'm wondering... We should upgrade our granary and assign more people to it. Let's start by assigning another person to it. Because there'll be another person to be going around trying to gather food and centralize it. So that should help the communal oven empty its larder a little bit. But okay, so now we got 4 construction workers, which is way better. So they'll start making progress. And now, let's come over here and see when we trigger these guys to come at us. Here we are. Okay, so this is... a very sketchy decision on the part of me. as the lord of these people. Stand your ground. I'm just hoping that our superior training and equipment wins out. Over there, superior freshness and morale. So right now, nobody's... Oh, wait, no, yeah. I am losing morale, and they are not losing as much. But, okay, and I've lost the first person. Yeah, so this could end up being a loss for me. Okay. Oh, they lost 2. There's a lot of random rolls going on at the same time here, so this is actually kind of exciting. Okay. Okay, they're losing people faster than me. And that's my morale. Okay, my morale is higher than their morale. Okay, cool. I am likely to actually break them. But, oh, no, it's still close. Their morale... Okay, my morale is not plummeting like their morale. They're about to break. Whew, okay, we did it. Well, let's... wait, where'd their camp go? There it is. We'll go take their camp. And again, we'll head back to our base. And we'll just notice whenever the message comes up. Wait, Imenruth is being claimed. Wait, what's Imenruth? Which one is Imenruth? Okay, there's a weird thing that happens. I think when your armies are out... Oh, there we go. Sometimes it's hard to zoom all the way out when your armies are out. Which one was Imenruth? This one. Okay, so... The Baron wants to claim Imenruth. Eventually, I'm going to need to start claiming some territory if I want to have any left. This is actually one thing that they've been talking about wanting to tune in a future update, is how aggressively the Baron takes territory. Because right now, I mean, this is only our 3rd episode here. We've been playing this for, what, around 3 hours? And he's already taken half the map. And I don't feel like we had time to be competitive in that arena. So we are going to want to take at least one more territory sometime soon, maybe next episode, if we've built up enough influence by then. Right now, yeah, we have 2,000 influence, so yes, we have enough influence to do it. So we'll make this episode about getting to tier 3, but next episode we'll try to claim a territory. But yeah, so I think they are planning on tuning it back a little bit, so that they're not just... right now it just feels like I can't win, because the Baron has just got so much power, and he's just taking over everything. And I'm going to have to fight him for all this territory. So if he slows down, that'll be nice. But for now, let's go back to Zweil. And let's speed things up a little bit and see... Oh, wait, here we go. Yep, let's keep that money in the treasury, and then let's go and grab our spearmen and bring them home. Wait, I said spearmen. Can I not? Maybe I can't select them. Oh, I can't select them from the map screen. Okay. Well, let's bring them home. And again, there have not been any hostilities declared between me and the Baron. So, his armies here, irrelevant to me. In fact, now that I've taken their target, I think they're just going to wander off the map. So let's get back down here. Let's watch our people run around, scurrying like little ants. Of course, they build the tavern first. They're like, we know what we want. So yeah, you can watch. So if I wanted to stop him from claiming Imenruth, what I'd have to do is resolve the claim on the battlefield. He would send in troops to sort of defend his claim on that territory, and I would have to go defeat those troops with my own armies. But, I mean, while I can afford some mercenaries now, I don't want to do that right now. It's not really worth it to me. Eventually it will be worth it to me, but for right now, getting into a big fight over it, just, yeah, not a good plan. So, okay, they're starting to build the malt house. Neither of these is complete. Oh, it's starting to melt, though. Okay, so it's February. Once we get to March, we definitely want to have a bunch of people working at the farmhouse. So let's see. How is the oven doing? We still got some flour. We're still making lots of bread. And we're not making enough progress on our houses to get more people in anytime soon. We did just make some money over here at the trading depot. That's cool. And then, oh, whoa, how much clay have we mined? Holy crap. What is clay listed as? Is it a crafting material? Yes, we have 40 clay. Okay, you know what? I think we're good. We're good on clay now. We're good on clay. We need to be firing the clay. Yay, we have a tavern. We need to be firing the clay so that we can turn it into tiles. I don't think I made like a clay oven or whatever we call it. What's it called? Clay furnace. I don't think I've made a clay furnace. Ooh, that takes 5 stone. So I'm glad we noticed that while we're still collecting stone. So we'll stick our furnace there. And, you know, I feel like I want to have another road along here with a hard corner in it. There we go. Okay, we've taken people off that. But we should put people back eventually if we want more weapons. Right now we've got actually a fair number of spears and shields. We could probably recruit some more soldiers pretty soon. I'm trying to remember where we're doing that. Was it the joiner's shop? Are we currently making more shields? Yes, it looks like we are. Okay. Oh, it is March. Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay, so one thing that's weird to me is that apparently they'll plant the wheat sometimes before winter, and then the wheat will survive the winter and be ready for the next year. I'm not sure if that's intentional. Is that actually a thing you can do? Can you put down wheat seeds before winter, have them stay in the ground, and then sprout in the spring? I guess that's not crazy. I guess that's probably how wheat would work naturally. So apparently we don't actually need to do a big plant right now. We've already got wheat and barley everywhere. If we hold down tab, we can see about how much is expected to be harvested. Okay, so yeah, I guess, you know what? I don't need to just suddenly abandon all of my other operations and stick new people on the farm. We can keep constructing stuff. Okay, good. We're getting these burgage plots almost done. Okay, this one's done. Let's add more people to it. Because we got these particularly fat backyards that let us add extra people. That one's not quite done yet. All right. Oh, hey, KiwiBurn just joined us. Welcome, KiwiBurn. Okay, so let's speed this up a little bit more. Oh, wait, have my spearmen... Yeah, my spearmen have returned. Okay, disband. Excellent. Which doesn't increase the number of households I can devote, but it does mean there's more workers on the ground getting stuff done faster. Now... Okay. Here. Okay, so now between these 4 lots, we now have room for... Or we're about to have room for 8 more families. So... That will be nice. Okay, construction finished on the clay furnace. So let's assign somebody here to make clay tiles. How are we doing on stone? We got 117 stone. I think we're good on stones. Stonecutter camp. Where did I stick my... Oh, there it is. My logging camp. We're doing okay on... Oh, we need more planks. I think... Okay, the reason we're running out of planks is because the joiner shop is making so many shields out of the planks. Oh, and now that we've brought home our spearmen, they've started collecting the shields. So they're using the shields. Actually, their numbers should be higher now. Yeah, we now have apparently 20 spear militia available because there's 20 shields available. So we do want to keep our shields up because it looks like we have actually got 36 people that we could devote to this if they were equipped well enough. So we're going to keep the joiner shop going so that it can equip them with shields. We need to make 16 more shields. So that means we definitely want to keep the saw pit going as fast as it can. Wouldn't be crazy to be logging a little faster too. And actually, one thing we could consider doing here is trying to keep up the number of trees by adding a forester's camp, forester's hut. So I'm going to stick this forester's hut over here in the forest where he likes to be. And we can get him to, like, plant more trees around here so that while we're chopping them down with a logging camp, they're coming back. All right, looks like these places are starting to come together. I wonder what I should put in the backyard. This is a kind of a weird, fat backyard. It kind of inclines me to do another vegetable garden, just because it's got so much space. The others, though, what do I have in the way of food right now? I don't think I've got eggs coming in. I think I should probably have build some chicken coops. Because again, like, each different type of food you bring in makes your people happier and makes you able to level their stuff up faster. So let's go chickens. And more chickens. And this one's a little fatter. Does make me kind of want to go vegetables. But we've already got a surplus of vegetables, so maybe more chickens is fine back here. Of course, there's a lot of places that I have not been doing chickens. This is going to be my brewer, but... And this one... Oh, this one just doesn't have any room for anything in the back. This one's got room for more people. This one's got no room in the back. This one could be chickens. This one could be chickens. It takes a lot of backyard operations to keep up with the more industrial stuff, so... Actually, I think that my next burgage plot... I should make goats. So goats give you hides, and that makes my cobbler... that's going to feed more leather into my cobbler, and that means that they can make more money for me, so we'll do that too. And then this one, I think we'll go veggies. Okay, so we got everybody busy except for my intended brewer. How are we doing with... oh yeah, so we've got the malt house ready to go. Not staffed yet, but no reason to staff it yet because we haven't harvested the barley. I almost said brothel. That's not what that's called. That's called barley. So now I guess we're just waiting for the time to pass. How are we doing on clay? We've got 17 roof tiles. What do we need for the church? 10 planks. Okay. Actually, you know what? As valuable as this joiner has been, let's pause him for now so that all of my planks can go straight to the church. We need 10 planks for the church. We only have 5. So we went from 0 to 5. So the saw pit is definitely catching up. But let's just make that happen a little faster. We're at 7 planks now. But this right here, I'm pretty sure this is a random person who just cannot figure out how to get warm. And I'm not sure why they're having that problem. Of course, did I ever make a tailor's? Probably not. No, because I'm not making linen yet. So it could be that, I don't know, maybe making clothes would help with cold people. I just occasionally get a person who's just cold all the time. And I think they're just like, you know how you got people in your life who are just cold all the time? Sometimes I think it's just like that. It's just, yeah, this is just a person that's cold all the time. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay, it's June. I'm very nervous about it getting to September and I don't notice. Okay, we're out of flour. So that means these guys are done. So now my oven people are done. So actually, okay, good. That means I can just fill all these ranks so that whenever time rolls around for harvest, I definitely have all the people I possibly can. The granary's full. Oh, of course it is, because it's a low-level granary. Let's upgrade the... Oh, that costs 10 planks. How do we... We got 16 planks. Okay, fine. We'll upgrade the granary. But now we got to get 10 planks again. We're down to 6 timber? What? Hey. Get more woodcutters in there. It looks like we're already starting to catch up with the... Yes, I know the pantry's full. So everybody's pantries are full because they don't have a granary to take stuff to. So we'll upgrade the granary. It'll have a lot more capacity, and then we can even assign more people to it, too, to distribute the food a little better. Oh, we got one extra person. Maybe they want to forage a bit? Oh, actually, we never assigned somebody to the forester's hut. Let's assign somebody to the forester's hut. And then let's actually... This is a thing that is kind of fun. Advanced. Limit work area. If you don't limit work area, what they're going to do is just work in the immediate vicinity. Work in the closest location they can. So we'll end up with just like a bubble of trees around the forester. But now I've told them to build trees here. And so now they'll fill up this area with trees, which eventually... it'll not only give us a bunch of trees, but then the logging camp will start reaching it, and it'll be able to replenish the logging camp. Okay, so it looks like the granary's done. I can stick an extra person in there, but actually it looks like it's not necessary. We've only got the one stall. But, oh, somebody built... Yay, they're starting to use the new marketplace area over here. Ooh, a bandit camp and another ruler's army. Where's this? Where are you, bandit camp? That's not too bad. We can get over there. All right. Let's call in our banners. So yeah, we're going to have plenty of influence and cash for next episode when we try to go take some territory. Okay, so now do we have... Now we're short timber. Okay. You, stop sawing so much. You, chop wood. Chop wood like your life depends on... Who's taking the planks? Who just took a plank? Dang it. I thought I paused the joiner. Was it just the joiner or... Oh, wait. Are we still making spears? We are still making spears. That also takes a plank. Let's switch over to sidearms. Now, how are we doing... in terms of... We only got a few iron slabs left, actually. So maybe it's worthwhile to turn the bloomery back on again. Get us a few more. Turn on the bloomery. We'll turn on the mining pit. Get iron coming in. Now we're making sidearms, which is all iron, no planks. And so between the logging camp and less of a sawyer... Okay, we suddenly have tons of planks now that we're not churning through them. Okay, let's just slow down the saw pit just a little bit. Let's let the logging camp catch up. Of course, logging camp has got more distance between it and the trees now, so it's going to take it a little bit more time to get logs. I wonder if it would be worth moving it, though. It would just delay me a little bit more for now. Oh, wait. These guys already gathered. Let's, how about we don't let the other guys beat us there? They are going to beat us there. Ah, I wasn't paying attention. Well, we might still be able to kill steal them. Let's go over here and see. Wait, why are they going that way? I don't know where they're going. It's August. Harvest is soon. Okay, I don't know. Did the bandits run over here or something? I'm trying to figure out why they went that direction. I'm not seeing any bandits here. Maybe they fought the bandits in the woods or something. Well, let's take the money and run. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. How are we doing with logs? Only 2 timber. What is up, logging camp? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of open space around you, but you should be able to figure out how to get 1 log. Maybe I do need to move them. There, we'll just stick them over here. Connect them to the road. Okay, this says we have 2 timber, but I see 3. Unless we've got it reserved for something. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know why they'd be struggling so much to get logs, but I like the idea that they're just carving wood off this one log to make all of this. Okay, so now we got 3 people very close to some trees. We can definitely produce enough timber. Is it only 5 timber we need for this upgrade? Yeah, it's only 5. Come on. Come on, it's not hard. Let's get 5. Oh, look. Oh, they chopped a tree down. Oh, they're chopping lots of trees down. I think they might just need oxen. Ooh, do I have an ox shortage? I might have not enough oxen to do this very quickly. Let's set up a hitching post right here, and we'll try to buy ourselves a new ox. But we do have enough timber. We have enough timber to upgrade our church. So, upgrade church. Nice. And now it's almost September. And in September, we're going to start harvesting our barley. We'll also buy ourselves a new ox. Make it easier to bring in this wood. So Peroxicus says that this is actually reminding him a lot of Timberborn. It definitely, it's definitely the same genre of game. Oh, look at my harvesters over here. It's definitely the same genre of game, though it takes a completely different tack. This one is definitely going for a lot more like authenticity, like replicating what real humans have done. Whereas Timberborn is much more about basically creating a big fluid dynamic simulator and letting you sort of play with that using sort of a beaver town as your excuse. So it's but you're right, they do fit in the same genre. Actually, it's kind of fun how it illustrates how you can, take the same genre and do such wildly different things with it. Oh. So when they pick all of the stuff, they actually leave it lying around in the field until it's time to bring it home for threshing. And so it can actually get damaged in the field if it rains. But how did we do? We've got a lot of barley. We got tons and tons of barley. Okay, good. So let's kick in the malt house. Let's make some ale. Or sorry, make some malt. And then we'll make some ale in our brewery. And then we'll sell it at the tavern. I forgot this part. I needed to build the actual brewery. And look, we're plowing the fields for next year. Again, I'm not sure if that's historically accurate or what. And then he quit. Oh, because it's fallow this year? That's right. Okay, so it was trying to plow it because it was still listed as being a field to plow this year, but actually it's fallow for next year. Okay, we're definitely catching up with timber, so let's bring the saw pit back. Now the brewery is built, and so basically, so here's my problem. It is difficult, once you've built something like a brewery, an artisan of any kind, it's difficult to tell what they do. Now, if it comes down to like a blacksmith at least has multiple different options. So you look at the individual options, you say, oh, I want this, and I can see what it costs and what it produces. But for the ones that only do one thing, the brewery doesn't list what it does. It doesn't say, I make malt into ale. You just have to know that. You have to remember that from when you made the decision. Which I think is a limit to the UX, and I assume they'll probably want to resolve that at some point. Okay, so it looks like these guys are going to be hard to upgrade because they're not getting clothing, they're not getting fuel. Again, this is a pretty limited marketplace. I was kind of hoping that more stuff would show up here, but apparently not. One thing we will want eventually is a tailor, but that's going to require flax. Though, we got all these fields. We could add one more for flax, or maybe 2 more. I don't know. We had a couple more for flax. Flax would let us make a tailor shop, which also lets us make sort of basic level armor for our troops. I just did that because it looked weird. So yeah, let's add ourselves some new fields that are specifically all about flax. What? Where's flax fertile? Oh, wait. Oh, flax was fertile over here. That's fine. We'll just... We don't need a lot of flax. So let's make a flax field there. And actually, let's extend this road so we actually know where it needs to go to fit. And then let's build another flax field here. Now this is going to chop some trees down wastefully. That's okay. So we will have this... Let's have them both grow flax next year, and then have them each have a different fallow year afterwards. But yeah, so if we look at the fertility, you can see that using these fields has started to erode their fertility. And so the reason we want to make this one fallow is because we sucked so much fertility out of it before, and you can see that its fertility is damaged here. And this one's getting pretty bad too. And so I think this one is probably going to be fallow next year. Yeah, this one's going to be fallow next year. So as long as you keep the crop rotation going, you can slow down the rate at which you lose fertility. So how are we doing? Have we made a lot of malt? Oh, well, yeah, okay, so we've still got a bunch of barley. Wait a minute. Why do we have no wheat? Oh, yeah, we've got no wheat because they've already threshed it all into grain. But I need to pull some people off to do the grinding into flour and to do the baking into bread. Okay, so we're making malt here. We've got a fair amount. And then are we making ale here as well? Look at commodities. Yes, we have 17 ale, which means... Well, okay, which means... Let's take somebody off the oven. We got plenty of food. Take someone off the oven. We'll stick them in the tavern. Once we stick somebody in the tavern, they should start selling ale and granting ale access to all these places. Now, when we start leveling these houses up... Each time we level them up, they're going to bring in new people, which means new mouths to feed, but also new workers, unless we're leveling up our artisans. If you level up the brewery, for instance, the only job people in this lot will do is brewing. And so that means that if you bring in extra people, they won't actually add workers to your common pool. They'll just mean you have more brewers and you brew ale faster. But that's not actually what I want initially. I actually want more versatile workers. And so I'm probably, when I start leveling stuff up, I'm going to try to do it in the places where I've got things like vegetable gardens, because those workers can be used almost anywhere. So these guys are short clothing. These guys aren't. Oh, look at. Oh, wait. Oh, these guys need to be upgraded to level 2 still. Okay, fine. Fine, we'll upgrade you to level 2. How many level 1 burgage plots do I have? I've got way more than I thought I did. Aha, these guys. These guys can go to level 3. They've got access to everything. They've got a church they want. They got tavern supply. They can go up to level 3. And they're goat herders, which means they also give me versatile labor. So I think all I need to do, I need 3 burgage plots leveled up. So I think that's 3. So if we can get those houses refurbished, we've accomplished our goal. We've got tier 3 burgage plots, and we're going to be at the next development level. So you can see the whole style of these buildings is different from the other ones. Like when you go from level 1 to level 2, you swap the thatched roof for a wooden roof, for like wooden shingles. And then when you replace your... Oh, what are they doing? Wow, that's complicated. When you replace your level 2 with level 3, it'll build 2 buildings, and it's kind of more this Tudor-style architecture rather than the more, it's like wooden walls. Look, and they're just big old tall houses, too. These are some nice-looking houses. Hey, oh, whoa. And I've been doing this whole thing while leaving my soldiers out in the cold? Oh, what kind of terrible manor lord am I? So, speaking of being a manor lord, by the way, there is one thing we haven't done. We haven't built a manor. So, that might be something we want to look into. that is over here. So we need to at least be a small village, and we are. We're a large village. And we need 20, to get started, we need 15 stone, 20 planks, and 5 timber. And it looks like we do have that. So I guess we can actually build our manor to celebrate being a successful manor lord. The question is, where do I want it? Eventually, this will start looking a little like a castle. I kind of want it to be in the right place for a castle. But maybe over here by the mines. It's this nice little bend in the road. I kind of like it. So yeah, let's do it here. So you can actually augment this into being a larger castle if you want to. You can build walls. You can add like a garrison tower that gives you a bigger retinue, that sort of thing. I don't think we can afford any of that right now, so we can come back in and do it later. For now, but you'll see basically as you're building stuff, the construction costs will go up. Well, actually, we've got some headroom here. Maybe we should give it a try. Though actually the first thing we want, let's commit to this first. Because the first thing I think we want to do is actually build a road. Oh, is it... Can we see where the connector point is for the road? There. Okay, yes. Let's build the road first. And now that we've got the road, let's go back in. Oh, is it still... Ah, okay, I can't customize it until it's been built. So you can customize it at the very beginning. There we go. Okay, let's look at that in a second. We can customize it at the very beginning, but then once we start building it, we have to build a version of it before we can customize it again. Okay, so we have leveled up. So we got some options here. We can go for trade logistics. We can buy things from abroad more effectively, though I think we're doing a pretty good job of building up our local industry. We can breed sheep so that we can... that's a good way to get wool, which is a good thing to be able to sell. So that's an option. We could also go for armor making. I'm kind of inclined to go for armor making so we can keep leveling our troops up, because eventually we're going to get into some conflicts. So, yeah, let's... But I can save this for later. There's like... Right now, I also need to like diversify my troops and stuff. There's other things I haven't done yet. So let's... Actually, you know one thing I haven't done? I haven't really done a lot of orchardry. That's another way to branch out your food supplies. So let's do that. Let's just go with orchardry, mostly just to to make sure we get the entire variety of food. The whole smorgasbord is going to be available to us. So that means we'll need to build more burgage plots to put some orchards in the back. But yeah, so now, actually, before we go any further, let's have a look at our Tier 3 burgage plots. Check this out. So I'm just going to get a nice screenshot of that. Look at that. Beautiful. You can tell we are a real town now. So yeah, so the next thing I want to do, of course, is we can finish our manor, obviously. But after that, I think that one of the next things we want to do is build our second town. We should probably use our influence to claim one of these other places, put down a new town, and sort of have a look at what it's like to sort of manage two towns in parallel. But check it. One thing I really like is, look at the map. You see how the map sort of has this little... like I don't know, like a roadmap representation of all the stuff you've actually built yourself. That just feels really cool. I basically, the more when I in a game get to put something down and like customize its shape and like sculpt it, the more splash damage you give that decision, the more different things that it affects, the cooler it feels. It's kind of like, I don't know, like looking at this little map here is almost like watching the little replay at the end of a game of Civilization where you watch yourself take over the map. Like, you saw it the first time, but there's something about seeing it again in a different format that just makes you feel, makes you feel special. Tank says, this is like a strategy version of Medieval Dynasty. It does have a very similar vibe. You're right, in terms of just like, this is a game that is trying its hardest to make a game that feels like it's at least giving you a nod to authenticity. Obviously, both games cut a lot of corners. It's not trying to literally be the real world, but they're going basically, to be a game that feels authentic, you don't actually have to be literally one-to-one exactly the way the experience is in real life. What you need to be is a step or two in that direction that no one else has taken. And if you just do that, then the game feels more authentic. It's more the feeling of authenticity that people are going for than actual authenticity. I mean, actual realism, where it really feels like the exact concerns of building a medieval village, I think would not be a fun game. I think that's actually kind of a boring life. But the fun version that just goes a little further in the direction of realism than other examples, that's usually what people are going for, sweet spot wise. So both this and Medieval Dynasty do that kind of thing. So I kind of want to just get to spring, just to make it look a little nicer here for the beginning of our next session. So I've got 3 people in the farmhouse. Oh, we're gonna have to. I don't know how much planting they did before winter. So actually, that is one thing I want to verify. It looks like we've already made all the flowers, so we can take these guys away. Yeah. So I don't know how much food has actually been planted on these fields. So let's make sure that that goes well, because that's the thing that would be easy for me to forget by next session. But once that's done, I think we'll end this session and make next session about extending our power across the map. So the tank says that he really likes the snow melt patches. Yeah, me too. I like the transitions between seasons. Oh, wow. The loggers just took down the backyard tree. Wait, enemy unit? Where? Wait, who are you? What are you doing? What's your deal? Hey! Hey! Okay, wait. I thought this episode was over, but it's not. We gotta fight off some jerks. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got here. We've got some small shields and sidearms. Somebody made way too many spears. We paused the joiner. Dang it. We paused him and didn't bring him back. Okay, let's unpause him while we're thinking about it. So, in terms of what we can do locally, we could do this. We got 22 spear militia and 9 militia footmen. Which I mean, I know that the 22 spear militia can definitely take one of these guys. The 9, I don't know if it can take a second one. So I think we're going to need mercenaries to fight this off. So let's have a look at our mercenary options. Luckily, we've been collecting a ton of money in our treasury, and it looks like the Wayward Sons are the only ones we have access to. That's very sad, because they're archers, and archers are garbage, as we learned last time. But they're better than nothing. So that's what we're going to get, is better than nothing. Where are they going to arrive? They said no. Oh, really? Really? I mean, again, it's the only option. You guys are going to run all the way across the map to save my people. Wait, what? Are these guys? Okay, they are still coming towards me. It looked like they were nudging in another direction for a second. So part of me is almost kind of hoping that we can make some new shields and swords just in time to make these my troops a little bit bigger. Because I don't think I need to actually summon them until these guys get pretty close. Okay, they're in my base killing my dudes. So yeah, so let's summon our banners, but let's do it someplace away from town. And hopefully we can lead them there. Oh, but also someplace that... I need it to be someplace the mercenaries can get to. So let's call them here. How fast are these guys moving? Not all that fast. Okay. Okay, yeah, these guys have these little flame symbols over them now. That means that they're going to try to burn the place. It'll be really funny if after all this progress, they just burn the place down. Are we planting flax here? Is that what we're doing? We maybe planting a little bit. All right. So we'll gather here, then we'll see if we can lead them on a chase to meet up with these guys. So let's select these guys. And let's tell them to actually go over here because it's closer. These guys have gathered up. Let's move that direction as well and see if the raiders will follow my army rather than just going after the town. If they go after the town, I might have to come in behind them and stop them. But if they're... Of course, I don't know what happens if I go in the woods. When I go in the woods, will they start acting like my army's not there? Genuinely not sure. So I think that the flame on them meant that they were targeting the town. But once I put my army in the field, they lost the flame, which I think means that now they're interested in battle, not pillaging. Okay, I kind of want my guys to walk a little slower than that. Let's save our energy. Come on, archers. How you doing? Now, archers are fast, right? And I told them to run. Come on, little dudes. Enemy unit has been spotted. Okay, they are following my army. Good. Hopefully that means that... I mean, I wonder if I can lead them out of the territory. Or if I leave the territory, they'll be like, oh, they left, and then just go after the town. Genuinely not sure how that would play out. Okay, they're going to start catching up with me because I'm deliberately moving slowly so that I can preserve at least a little bit of my energy. Okay, so let's arrange ourselves kind of as far back as we can. Let's put my more vulnerable guys. So, okay, so these footmen, they are not as resilient. Let's look at this. So, yeah, they're... I can't remember where you see their benefits and drawbacks. Looks like this is not where. Maybe it's when you're selecting them here? I swear I've seen a breakdown of what their effectiveness is. I don't know where it is. But the last time I checked, wherever it was, these guys had higher defense and lower offense. These guys have higher offense and lower defense. So ideally, these guys are the ones who will take the hit from the enemies when they charge. And then these guys will do the flanking. I think the enemies will prefer to go after these guys first. So I've got to hide them behind my spearmen and then circle them around to do the flanking, I think is what I need to do. Come on, you jerks. Get over here. Okay, these archers are going to be freaking useless. Okay, so now, just as an experiment, let's cross the border with these guys. Let's see if that causes the enemy to turn around and consider me to have fled. We're doing experiments here. Okay, so my guys are crossing the border. Is the enemy still oriented on them? Looks like yes. Okay, they haven't changed their plan yet. We'll keep moving. Now the archers are coming in. Now again, we observed last time that archers are kind of broken. I believe that when Slavic Magic was talking about what they intended to do in the future, one of the things was up the effectiveness of archers. So the archers aren't going to make a huge difference to damaging the enemy, but I think they could make a difference to morale because the enemy will feel outnumbered. And if I just decide to use them as footmen, I think that is a possibility. And whatever, they're mercenaries. Who cares about their lives? So real quick, let me make sure that... Is the farming going okay? Looks like we're just barely planting the flax. Everything else was already planted, though. Not in large amounts. The flax is still being planted. Hopefully we get enough to be useful. Okay, how are we doing? Okay, I think we need to back off even a little further. Let's just place these guys here. They haven't changed direction. Oh, because they see my archers. They want to hit the archers first. That makes sense. So, okay. I think we found where we want to have our confrontation. Ooh, one of the archers is fallen behind. Okay, they're good. Oh, they're totally nailing the mercenaries. All right, but that's fine. That's what mercenaries are for, as we've learned. They are cannon fodder. So we've got this other flanking force up here, getting ready to do me some harm. So I'm actually kind of inclined to let these guys fight a little bit. I'll bring in my footmen to try to flank. But then I think I'll have the spearmen solo these guys, rather than letting these guys flank me. Because I could send both the spearmen and the footmen after these guys and beat them, but then these guys would flank me again from behind. So I think this is the best move. And then my mercs. I mean, I don't know what happens if they fire into a crowd. Probably nothing, because also nothing happens if they just fire at an uncrowded enemy. Come on, you can do it! Defeat your enemies! How are these guys doing? Okay, they're starting to kill the enemy. Okay, they broke. So yeah, we did lose half our mercenaries, but again, that's what they're for. Okay, flank them. Yeah. Oh, you see, I wonder if that volley of arrows made a difference to them. Oh, what's the... Wait, who's that? Hold on. I thought we were done. Apparently not. I don't know where these guys came from. But I guess we got to deal with them too. So same tactics as before. Let him attack the mercenaries first. Then hit him with my guys to smack him around. And I'm wondering, can I actually make them not use their bows? I think I can't. I don't think I can force them to charge. Oh, shoot at will, though, is better for close quarters. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's everybody now, right? I think that's everybody. So let's cross the border, but actually, I think we can just lose the mercenaries now. Okay, this time, let's not leave these folks out in the cold. Let them wander home. And so now you can see there's clearly a difference between my tier 3 houses and my tier 2 houses. And what are we missing here? Why does this one not want to level up? Oh, I'm missing a backyard extension for all of these. Is that required? Huh. Or maybe they just want to have certain, like, armaments available to them. I'm not sure. But orchards. We've just unlocked orchards. So let's put orchards back here. So the thing about orchards is they produce food, but it takes them a while to get started. So you wait about 3 years before they're at, like, actual production capacity. Let's look over here, though. This is going on. Got most of our construction materials on the manor. Let's see this built before we're done. Doesn't look like it, compared to, like, it is kind of funny that our original manor house might have seemed fancy compared to the tier 1 houses if that's when I'd built it, but because I waited until I already had tier 3 houses, it seems like kind of a disappointing manor house. And once I put a wall around it, that'll be fun. But there we go. Okay, we got our manor house. We'll explore what the manor house actually does a little bit later. Of course, Waldbrand is being claimed. So this is going to belong to the enemy soon. And basically it'll be down to Zweihau and... what is it called? Eckenhau. So, okay. So next time, we're going to have to claim Eckenhau. Because it's the last place that isn't being claimed by the Baron. And then we'll also try to, build up our manor a little bit and see if we can actually, get a little bit more of a sizable army. We don't really have a lot of people still for an army, but between, like the 5 free families we'll get down in the south and the beginning, building that new village. Is that actually south? It occurred to me this can actually rotate any direction. I've got no idea where south is. But yeah, between, building a second village and potentially expanding this one because, well, our fuel could be higher. Hey. Oh yeah, Woodcutter's Lodge. Got a lot of room around it. While our fuel could be higher, we do have plenty of food. So I'm gonna actually let's build a second one of these, just so we can sort of spread out. And sometimes fuel is one of the things that's actually difficult for people in your town to find, and so having multiple sources, all capable of building their own stalls in the marketplace, can actually be pretty helpful. So we'll get that built. We'll add a couple of woodcutters, and but anyway, the point is, food. I've got 19 months of food. I can definitely afford to expand the size of this town. So between upgrading things to tier 3, which we can do right here, and adding more houses, we'll get enough people and hopefully enough arms and armor that we can actually field a real army. And maybe at some point that will prepare us to be able to invade one of the Baron's actual territories and take it over. Or at least defend against him, because once he runs out of empty territories to go after, he starts going after your territories, and that's harder to fight off than a raid. Come on, finish it up. I don't want to leave these things half done. So how do we do with the field of flax here? Okay, 35? Yeah. So we'll get a fair amount of linen too. We'll start armoring our troops. So what's happened? Where's my construction people? What's going on? We got all the timber that you need. Where'd you go? Come on, construction workers. Why are you not... Unfortunately, there's not a building you can, like almost every job, you can click on a building and it'll be like, oh, here's where your people are. Here's what they're doing. But construction, it's a job that doesn't have a building. It's like the backup job. Oh, I know what they're doing. They're all building these burgage plots. See, this is my problem. This is what I do all the time. I queue up too many construction jobs at once. Though actually, it looks like they're not even working here. This one's stopped too. What's going on? Okay, they finished it. Oh, look, okay. I don't know what they were doing before, but now there's a whole party coming down here to finish up the woodcutters. Nice. Okay. Well, that wasn't too hard, was it? Let's assign some people to do some woodcutting. We'll get our fuel numbers up, and now that is the last thing we're going to do. So, next time, we're going to customize our castle. We're going to use our influence to claim another territory. And we're going to try to up our population and our armaments so that we can build an army that can defend against the Baron. How was that? Right? This game is still really cool. So I've gotten, like, this has become sort of my go-to game that I play whenever I'm not doing anything else. And I probably need to play some other games at some point, but I'm just having a lot of fun with it. Again, It's one of the most fun tactile games that I played recently of this style, where it just feels good to mold your village. Timberborn had that same kind of appeal for me back when it was new, and this is sort of scratching the same itch, but in a different way. Right, anyway, thank you all for hanging out with me. Tank, especially, for chatting with me here in the chat. And we'll get out of here. That's going to be a subscribe button later on YouTube. And I will also put some links over here. But if you're watching me live on Twitch, obviously, there's nothing there. But this will become a YouTube episode later, I promise. That's the next one.